Hello everybody and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network. Dom Santina here with you. Sorry for the little bit of a delay there in between starts. We were waiting to make sure we got at least 16, and we have 16 in the server right now. So we're getting ready to go with week number 14 of the Dirt Slingers Racing League Monday Night Thunder 410 Wicked Energy Gum Outlaw Series. So we're going to send it on down trackside for our pre-race ceremonies. When we come back, we will have our Tim's Dirt Track Simulators qualifying session out on the racetrack. We'll be back in just a minute.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dirt Racing Network. Dom Santina here with you in the booth for the DSRL Thursday night Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series. Week number 13 in the series. I said 14 just a minute ago, but it's 13 because we had the rain out, and we'll be making it up next Friday. So this 410 series is going to be running Thursday and Friday next week to finish out the final two rounds of the championship. We're currently getting ready to go for the Tim's Dirt Track Simulators qualifying session. Going to see who's going to take home the quick time. Right now, Kevin Click out there on the track will jump down, give a live view of how his qualifying session is going. Once we get a few in here, we'll throw up the results. Tyler Sheld at the top of the board with a 13.233. Got 6 guys in now. Rusty Kruger in second, Mason Hannigan third. Kevin Click just came across. We'll see where that puts him. Second quickest, 13.297. He's going to instantly get bumped down by Aiden Berlin, who runs a 13.281. Tyler Shell still sitting atop the board, though. It's Shell, Berlin, Click, Hannigan, Kruger, Sheridan, Merriman, Hanley, Wagner, and Cameron Merriman. Oh, something just got adjusted there. Not quite sure. Cam Merriman, Curtis Merriman. Oh, Cam probably just ran a quicker lap. That's why he jumped up to 7th quickest. Let's go check on Alex Bergeron, Kendall Tucker. See if we can get one of those two. Get a cam review. And there is the 00 car of Kendall Tucker. Comes across the stripe. That puts him 10th quickest right now at 13.476. Coming back to the stripe. Kendall Tucker will end up second quickest, 13.269. How about Alex Bergeron? Let's check out where the 12 car is. He's going to come around to complete lap number 1. Only him and David Heilman, the only ones left to complete qualifying here in the Tim's Dirt Track Simulators qualifying session, looking for the quick time. Trying to knock Tyler Schell off the top of the board. This would be a man that could do it. To the line. Where's he at? Probably second lap's always quicker. 13.434, 12th fastest. Cuts it low there. Coming back to the stripe. Bergeron to the top of the charts. 13.270. He's going to take the quick time award. David Heilman will come across 7th quickest at 13.323. Alex Bergeron taking it there. Maybe letting the track work in a little bit. We're coming around and taking the quick time. It's going to set up heat race number 1 on the night. Looking at 2 heat races. Possibly a consolation, if not going straight to the pole dash. This is going to be the Waggy and Casey, the I-55 Lawyers heat race number 1. The starting lineup, we'll get the top 10 off there. Go down trackside and give you the starting lineup here at Eldrora. On the front row, your pole sitter will be your quick time award winner. That'll be Alex Bergeron. Starting second for Swindell Speed Labs. From Mountain Airy, North Carolina, the 00 of Kendall Tucker. Row number 2. Starting in the 3rd position for Brent Marks Sim Team, Alkaline 88 from Ontario, Ohio, the 25 of Kevin Click. Starting 4th for Slick Sim Sports, Napa Auto Parts, and Wicked Energy Gum from Milwaukee, Wisconsin is going to be the 49 of David Heilman. Row number 3, starting in the 5th spot for Brent Marks Racing Sim Team, Baps Auto Supply and Wicked Cushion from Farmington, Minnesota. It's going to be the 15 of Michael Sheridan. Starting 6th for Casey's General Stores from Des Moines, Iowa. It's the 47 of Jason Randolph. And on the back row, row number 4, starting 7th for Cadillac from Albany, New York, the 110 of Kevin Hanley. Starting 8th for Team SKD, Telly Lake Vet and Fast Wings from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The 118 of Scott King. Getting ready to go with the Waggy and Casey I-55 Lawyers heat race from Eldrora here for week number 13 of the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series for the Dirt Slingers Racing League. These front 2 guys have been on the podium multiple times this season. Alex Bergeron going for the 4-peat here in this Thursday night series. I know Roger's been talking. Kendall Tucker has been on fire in the General Tire Winter Nationals on Monday night. I think he's picked up 3 or 4 there. We've seen them do battle throughout the series here. Tucker, 2nd last week, 3rd in 2 weeks ago. Missed the podium 3 weeks ago, and it had been a little bit back to week number 9 since he won or been on the podium. But he's been on the podium the last 2 weeks. They're going to do battle and look for a preview to here in this heat race of what we'll see in the finals, and we are underway. Green flag in the air. And it's Alex Bergeron out to the race lead with Kendall Tucker into the 2nd spot, and look at behind them. It's a hornet's nest. Alex Bergeron has trouble coming off the wall of turn 4, down the front stretch, back to 8th place he goes. That's going to hand the lead over to Kendall Tucker. David Heilman in the 2nd spot, Jason Randolph in the 3rd spot. Everybody will eventually make it into the feature. They'll probably take the top 3 for the pole dash, which would be Heilman, Randolph, and Tucker at the moment as we come around to complete lap number 3. Anne Marie, it's good to see you in the chat once again. See if Aiden can get on a roll here a little bit. It was Monday night. He got on the podium. It was good to see him up there. See if he can get up here at Eldrora as well. He broke a little bit of the bad luck here in DSRL. Will, thanks for checking in. Hope you're having a good evening. And look at the battle for the race lead. David Heilman trying to play spoiler here to Kendall Tucker as they go down the backstretch. Right on that back push bar. Here comes Heilman to the inside. To the line, Kendall Tucker will still lead it halfway through heat race number 1. Here comes Heilman to the inside. Tucker going to cross over. Down the backstretch they're going to go. Into 3 and 4. Kendall Tucker out front trying to hold off David Heilman for the race lead. Kevin Click in the 3rd spot. He's got your final chance for position. Alex Bergeron still in the 8th position after making contact with the outside wall and the opening lap. Coming back to complete lap number 1 out of turn 4. He hit that outside wall, come down the front stretch. Messed up that number 12 car. Here's the 4th place car of Jason Randolph. Holding off Michael Sheridan right now for 4th and 5th. Kendall Tucker still out front by 0.2 of a second as we come to the line once again. Lap number 8 in the books, 2 laps left to go here in heat race number 1. Heilman now looking like he's just riding comfortably in the 2nd position. Not able to get back up there to Kendall Tucker. White flag in the air, that's going to do it. Checkered flag in the air. Kendall Tucker picks up the Waggy and Casey, the I-55 Lawyers heat race win. Heilman and Click going to go most likely to the pole dash. Everyone else going to eventually transfer to the feature. We'll see if we have a B main or not. So, Tucker picks up our first heat race win. We'll see who will pick up our second and final. Coming up on the racetrack will be the Wicked Cushion Esports heat race. We said our final heat race of the night. Here's going to be the starting lineup for that heat race. Starting on the pole, second quickest in the qualifying session, racing for Elbows Up SimSport, Fairway Mortgage, BS Air, Catch Fence Apparel from Millersburg, Pennsylvania. That's the 85 of Tyler Schell. Starting second will be the 13 of Aiden Berlin. Row number 2, starting third for Black Diamond Motorsports. Tim Simstyles BMRS from Pittsburgh, Indiana. It's the 1 of Mason Hannigan starting fourth for Swindell Speed Labs Esports. Fast 4 Media and JST from Loomis, California. It's the 5 of Rusty Kruger. Row number 3, starting in the 5th position from Dayton, Ohio. In the 010 car, that's Cameron Merriman. Starting 6th for HOH Motorsports, Schulte Motorsports. From Felton, Delaware, the 71 of Curtis Merriman. Rounding out the field on row number 7. Row number 4. Man, my brain is just not with me here tonight. Trying to push my way through it. Starting in the 7th position for Raw Power Motorsports, DSRL, DRN, Tim Sims, General Tires, and Wicked Cushion from Edmond, Oklahoma. It's the 131, or running the 31 car. That is Roger Wagner. And starting in the 8th position for Team CEDI, Cognitive Warriors, and Wicked Energy Gum from New York, New York. It's the 97 of Matthew Henninger. Here we go. Heat race number 2, brought to us by Wicked Cushion Esports, underway. Tyler Schell, Aiden Berlin, leading us to the green flag. Down the backstretch we go here on lap number 1. Look at the battle here. Mason Hannigan running the 7 car. He's changed it up the last week or two. Usually running the 1 car. Running the 7 car now. Aiden Berlin on the outside trying to hold on to that 2nd spot. Right behind them, though, it is Cameron Merriman and Rusty Kruger. Oh, Kruger going to make contact with Merriman. I don't know if he knew Cam Merriman was down there or not. Here goes Hannigan to the inside of Berlin. Going to try to slide up in front of him. Crossover move by Berlin for the 2nd spot. He'll hold on to it down the backstretch. Tyler Schell trying to run away. Half a second out in front. Another slider by Hannigan. This time Berlin going to come down, cross over underneath. Almost having just enough room not to clip the 010 of Cameron Merriman. Good battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That time, Berlin gives Hannigan a little bit of a bump. Not able to completely clear him on the cut down, and Hannigan not able to clear him on the slide job. Now here comes Merriman under attack of Berlin for that 2nd spot. As we're coming around to complete lap number 7, put number 8 on the board. Tyler Schell running away by almost a full second. We're watching back here in second and third. Shell was the fastest in the qualifying session until Alex Bergeron came on the last second to steal it away from him. Looks like Shell's looking to prove something here in the heat race. We'll see it in the pole dash as well. Right now, it looks like Cameron Merriman probably holding that final pole dash spot. White flag in the air, 1 lap left to go. For your leaders, Merriman still trying to get around the 13 of Aiden Berlin, who's held onto that second spot for the whole heat race. He's doing a good job, but here comes the 85. He's going to pick up the Wicked Cushion Esports heat race win. We'll go to the 85. Tyler Schell, Aiden Berlin, Cameron Merriman. Probably going to go to the pole dash. Everyone else, Hannigan, Kruger, Curtis Merriman, Matthew Henninger, and Roger Wagner. Going to go to the feature. We're going to go to a warm-up set. No, we got a pole dash. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Pole dash, and then we will have our warm-up session, which will allow us to go thank some of our sponsors. Let's get our pole dash out here on the racetrack. Waiting for those guys to grid in. So we'll see Berlin, Merriman, Shell, Tucker, Click, and who else are we going to be looking for? It will be Henninger. Nope, not Henninger. Henninger did not make it. It'll be David Heilman. So it'll be Heilman, Click, Tucker from heat race number 1, and then it'll be Cameron Merriman, Aiden Berlin, and Tyler Schell from heat race number 2. See who can take the pole dash award here, and this will reset the order for the field for our feature. Looks like we're waiting to get all the cars out here on the racetrack. This will be the Scott King Designs pole dash. Waiting to see how they're gonna fill out. One of our dedicated people in the chat, Anne Marie, congratulating Aiden on the run there in his heat race. We'll see how he can do here in the pole dash. Most importantly, in the feature as well. If you are watching and you want to send in a comment, let us know where you're watching from, who you are rooting for, or anything else associated with the broadcast. Any questions you may have, any comments you have about the broadcast. Hopefully good comments, but we accept anything that maybe I forget to do, or sometimes I forget to unmute my microphone, whatever it might be. We accept all comments here. Give you a shout out on the broadcast for letting us know that you're tuning in. Green flag in the air. Aiden Berlin leading us with David Heilman in row number 1. Shell. And was it Tucker on row 2, and then row 3 was Click and Cameron Merriman. Let's go back up to the stands view once again and watch this pole dash. 6 laps. And it's Aiden Berlin out front. Man, the momentum could continue to roll for this 13 car. If Aiden gets a podium on Monday night and can steal the pole dash, put himself in the pole position for the feature, would have to make himself feel pretty good here at Eldrora. But here comes David Heilman to the inside. Going to try to make a run down the backstretch. Doesn't have it, but he might have the momentum in the corner. Slider. Berlin going to cross up underneath. Heilman to the race lead. Berlin going to try to pull a slider here, and Tyler Schell now lurking into the picture as well. The 85 car been mighty fast all night long. David Heilman out front now. Berlin going to try to tuck down underneath once again. Tyler Schell running that bottom line is coming. And in another lap, he could be there challenging these guys. Here comes Heilman with a run down the backstretch again. Into the turn. Big slider by Schell there. Berlin able to cut underneath, and he's going to lead that lap, and he's going to take it. Aiden Berlin going to take the pole dash. over David Heilman. Tyler Schell will come across in second. Then I believe it was Kendall Tucker, Kevin Click, and Cameron Merriman. We're going to go to a quick commercial break while they work the track in just a little bit more. And when we come back, we will have your Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw feature for week number 13 here at Eldrora on the racetrack. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dom Santino here with you in the booth for Week 13 of the Dirt Slingers Racing League Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series. What if I could tell you that you can take your dirt sim racing to the next level by joining the best sim racing community online today? With the School of Sim Racing, you can learn to drive and set up your car like a pro, with a ton of free trainings and free setups for sprint cars, late models, midgets, and more. It's a perfect place to get your dirt sim racing on the right track. Visit schoolofsimracing.net to learn more today. It is feature time. Here we go. The Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw feature is on the racetrack, and we're going to give you the starting lineup here for Week 13 at Eldrora. As they start to roll, remember, with the Dirt Slingers Racing League rules, the front three rows will be reordered due to the pull dash, or how they finished is how they will reorder after they go green. So it's going to show 33 laps up on the board. We're only going to go 30. Or, correction, they're going to show 38. So we'll go 35 actual racing laps. They're going to reorder and put those guys in how they finish from the pole dash up front once the green flag drops. So they'll take 3 laps to do that. And then once lap 3 hits the board, we're going to go 35 green flag only laps. We'll give you the starting lineup. Like we said, we'll skip through those front 3 rows. It was Aiden Berlin will be your pole sitter with David Heilman in starting second. And then I don't want to speculate, so we'll wait to see row 2 and row 3. Row 4, starting 7th, will be Jason Randolph. Starting 8th will be Mason Hannigan. Row number 5, starting 9th, will be Michael Sheridan. Starting 10th will be Rusty Kruger. Row number 6, starting 11th, will be Kevin Hanley. Starting 12th will be Curtis Merriman. Row number 7, starting 13th, Scott King. Starting 14th, Matthew Henninger. And row number 8, starting 15th, Alex Bergeron. And starting 16th, Roger Wagner. So here we go. They are redoing the order. So there it is. Berlin and Henninger on the front row, or Heilman on the front row. Schell and Tucker. And then it'll be Merriman and Click. And we're going to go, well, I don't want that one. Let's go 4 wide salute here at Eldrora. For all the fans, this might be the best view right here. I was trying to find one that would work. This one works pretty good. 4 wide salute for everybody watching at home. It's getting about time to get out there to the real racetrack and see real dirt race in action. As long as all the tracks open up and everything's good to go. And now they'll reorder and get back to their normal starting order. Kathy, thanks for checking in from Mount Airy, North Carolina. Another regular here on the Dirt Racing Network. We appreciate it. All right, here we go. Feature time here tonight After tonight, only 2 more races left to go in Season 7 of the Wicked Energy Gun 410 Outlaw Series. Aiden Berlin and David Heilman leading us to the green flag, and we are underway. And already out to the race lead and looking for a challenge. Berlin out to the race lead, but a challenge already coming from Tyler Shell. And there's David Heilman and Cameron Merriman on the low line in 3rd and 4th now. Look for the regulars that are up on the podium most weeks to make their charge to the front early. And it's already Tyler Shell and Cameron Merriman trying to do that. Shell has not been on the podium in the last 3 weeks. He was last on the podium. He took a second in week 10 at Volusia. Cameron Merriman came 3rd last week, 2nd the last 2 weeks previous to that, and 4 weeks ago, he took the win. They're all looking to try to stop Alex Bergeron, who's looking for the 4-peat here this weekend. We're watching the battle for the race lead between Aiden Berlin and Tyler Shell. We talked about it. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to jinx it. But a podium on Monday night for Aiden Berlin. Now a pole dash win. Momentum might finally be rolling in the right direction for this 13 car. Only problem is there's a lot of top-tier talent here in the series that he's going to have to hold off, not only for the race win, but for even a podium spot. He's doing good so far, trying to hold off the car that's looked mighty fast. My pick to win this thing, Tyler Shell. Here comes Shell to the inside. Crossover move by Berlin. We saw him do it all heat race long in the Wicked Cushion Esports heat race, which was heat race number 2. Tyler Shell going to pinch him off at turn 4. Not able to, they do a good job to keep contact off of each other, but Shell able to take over the race lead from Aiden Berlin. Berlin now going to try to stay with Shell, but also feel the pressure from Cameron Merriman, because here comes the 010 car, and as I say that, look who jumps up to the 3rd spot, Kendall Tucker. Tucker's been getting hot in the Winter Tire Nationals here on Monday night as well. Roger was talking about how he has almost been unstoppable. In fact, Tim Nichols has put a bounty out on Kendall Tucker to put him to the back and see if anyone can beat him. But how about Aiden Berlin? He's sticking with Tyler Shell up here. He is right on the back, about a car length behind. Doing a good job here so far. Berlin takes a peek underneath out of turn 4. Not able to get the traction into the wall, bounces off of it. Keeps the car rolling, though. And now is actually going to pull away from Kendall Tucker a little bit. Let's go check on the guy that's looking for 4 in a row. Sitting in the 6th position, that's Alex Bergeron, trying to make his way through the field. Did not have a good qualifying effort. In his heat races, he was the Quick Time Award winner. But now he's had to drive up through the field, and it's getting tough to do. He's currently almost 3 full seconds behind Tyler Shell. Almost 2.5 seconds behind Aiden Berlin. And he's a half a second behind David Heilman in the 5th spot. Running order right now is Tyler Shell, Cameron Merriman, and Aiden Berlin. They're swapping back and forth. As we got a good battle back here. Berlin, Tucker, and Merriman battling it out for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That's Heilman in the 5th spot. Bergeron 6th, Hannigan 7th, Click 8th, Kruger 9th, Sheridan 10th, Hanley in 11th, Randolph 12th, Merriman in 13th, King in 14th, Wagner in 15th, and Matthew Henninger has pulled off the track. He is currently shown 20 laps down. The battle rages on here for 2nd and 3rd. Aiden Berlin has been pushed to the outside. But did he just get collected with Cameron Merriman? Merriman hit the outside wall. Berlin was right behind him. Don't know if they got together or not. It is Kendall Tucker now running down Tyler Schell. The lead half a second between these two. And we'll continue to watch between Berlin and Merriman. Merriman holding on to the podium position in third. Berlin 1 spot out. Kendall Tucker is coming. It's down to 0.3 of a second. He bumps the wall in 2. That might slow him down a little bit. We'll check on Cam Merriman now to see if he can reel in the 00 car. But even with the little bump in turn 2, Tucker is still closing the gap on Tyler Schell. It's down to 1/4 of a second. 2.25 of a second. 0.2. We'll see what it is at the line this time. Schell is able to expand it a little bit. It was up to 0.3. And it looks like it's going to stay at that for the time being. There's Roger Wagner in the 31 car on the bottom line, now going a lap down, giving way to the leaders as they come through. And Cam Merriman has pulled in on this battle as well. Less than half a second between all three. Aiden Berlin hanging back there in the 4th spot. David Heilman. Or that's Alex Bergeron. That's got around David Heilman. He's going to close in now on Aiden Berlin for that 4th spot, as now they will navigate around the lapper of Roger Wagner. Berlin going to the high side. Bergeron going to thread the needle, drive it through the middle. Bergeron going to fall back to 5th. Berlin will hold on to the 4th spot, and the battle rages for the front 3 spots. Tyler Schell, Kendall Tucker, and Cameron Merriman. And look, we're about to get into heavy lap traffic. There's Kevin Handley up ahead. Tucker through the slider in 2, doesn't pay off. Merriman and Schell get the run out of 2. Here they come down the front stretch. Almost 3 wide. No, they'll make it 3 wide. Merriman to the lead this time. Here comes Kendall Tucker looking to the inside. Schell with the run out of 2. Slider by Tucker. Handley on the bottom. They got to navigate around him and Scott King. It's getting interesting as we close in on 6 to go. Merriman bounces it off the wall in 2. Here comes Kendall Tucker to the inside. Gonna throw it through 3 and 4. Lappers all over the place. Scott King, they've got around Kevin Handley. They're now navigating around Scott King. Cameron Merriman to the race lead. Kendall Tucker in 2nd. Tyler Schell back to 3rd. Scott King gives away. Lets Schell have the inside line. Here they come. Lap 35 now in the books. Working on lap 36. Jump up with your race leader, Cameron Merriman. Next up on the list is Curtis Merriman. The next lapper in the way with Jason Randolph in front of him. Gonna have 2 to go. Curtis Merriman right there in front of Cameron in the white 71 car. Jason Randolph right in front of him. Here comes Kendall Tucker to the inside. Tucker going to try to take advantage. They are wheel to wheel at the line, and now Tucker going to draw the advantage. Schell in there, and here comes Alex Bergeron into the mix. White flag in the air. Jason Randolph on the low line. Merriman throws it, and here comes Bergeron. He makes contact with Tucker. To the line, it's going to be Cameron Merriman taking the win here in week 13 of the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series. Kendall Tucker going to come across in 2nd, and Alex Bergeron going to come across in 3rd. Tyler Schell gets bumped off the podium there at the end. How about that one? That got very, very exciting here in week 13 at Eldrora. We'll wait for these guys to pull them up here on the front stretch so we can get a picture, but wow. Non-stop action. Lappers make it entertaining, and Roger's got to be pumped because 2 shows I've done this week in the sprint cars, they have gone green to checkers this time. 35 laps at Eldrora. Looks like Bergeron and Tucker have left, so we'll focus it on Cameron Merriman here, and we'll grab your 3rd place finisher. Get him up here in the booth in Alex Bergeron. See if we can find him. Everybody's gone. Where did everybody go? I do not have anybody in my chat anymore. Let me do something here. Yeah, I don't have anybody for interviews. This is weird. I just lost everybody. Yes, Anne-Marie, that was a very fun race. Currently, I want to talk to him because that was a heck of a race, but I don't... My connection here or something is not working because I don't see anybody in the booth. So while we wait on figuring out what's going on with my race chat here, let's pull up the results and give you the final results here tonight. Cameron Merriman ends up taking the win after a wild finish. Kendall Tucker comes across in second. Alex Bergeron will come across in third. Tyler Schell, who led majority of the laps, comes across in fourth. David Heilman comes across in fifth. Aiden Berlin will come across in sixth. Mason Hannigan comes across in seventh. Rusty Kruger comes across in eighth. Kevin Click comes across in ninth. Michael Sheridan in 10th. Jason Randolph in 11th. Curtis Merriman in 12th. Kevin Hanley in 13th. Scott King 14th. Roger Wagner in 15th. And Matthew Henninger comes across in 16th. So how about that one? That was a very, very interesting race there. And man, wow. To go back to back, green to checkers throughout the whole entire night, 2 nights in a row. Definitely was exciting, and especially when you get lappers in the mix like that, for sure. It can make it very entertaining, as we saw, and I'm still just trying to figure out what's going on here, see if we can get these guys in the booth. I want to interview them, but I do not have anybody in my chat at all. All right, there's Kendall Tucker. Kendall, you got a copy? All right, man, quite the exciting race there at the end, especially with lappers. What did you see from your vantage point, and what was the biggest thing for you here tonight to get on the podium?
I would just like to say, thanks to Alex Bergeron, the world champion, for running a really good race there and a good finish. It's just pretty irritating and pretty annoying for something like that to happen. I don't know. I guess not really that big of a surprise coming from him doing something like that. I mean, he was not even in contention that whole race, and then he just has to send it off in there. I mean, I know I come from the top to the middle. I mean, but he come from the bottom to the racing line that me and Cam was in. Going for the win after the heck of a race we just put on right there. So, it's pretty frustrating right now. And I really don't run that good here. It's probably the best race I've ever ran here. So to have it ruined like that's it sucks.
Yeah, understandable. A little bit of frustration there, but you do still come away with a second place finish tonight. Who would you like to thank for your podium finish?
Yeah, just my guys at Swindell Speed Lab and Slick Sim Sport and K1 Air Gear, Bear Archery, 127 Industries, ML Performance. And I guess we'll see y'all next week, and I guess we'll see what happens.
All right, it's your second place finisher here tonight. Kendall Tucker. And let's see, do we have any of the other guys? I know Cam messaged me, said that he was waiting around. See if Bergeron or Cam's still here. I'm sure Cam wants to talk about the win. He usually likes talking. Oh, there they are. I got them. Let's pull them up. Is Bergeron still here?
Yeah, he's in the waiting room. Oh, yeah.
All right, there we go. We got him. You might have heard Roger there for a second trying to figure things out, but don't know why all this is not showing me anything, but I'll pull him up in a second. All right, Alex, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Sorry about that. All good. It's third place finish here tonight. Had to make your way through the pack. Didn't have the greatest heat race there. I think you made contact with the wall or something and kind of struggled, but talk about what you saw and how you navigated through traffic to even get yourself up here for a podium contention.
No, we definitely had the fastest car out there tonight. As always here, Eldrora is always a very good track for us. Qualified on the pole by 30,000, so that's really fast around here. And just the heat race, car didn't stick in 3, 4, really got in there through hard, and didn't expect the cushion to hold up that much. So try to stay on the wall and not wreck anyone, and got tagged there after the wall. So just out of luck, and but in the feature, we made our way back, and like I said, we're definitely the fastest car out there, starting 15, went all to the field, no yellows, and was contending for the win there, and just made it go into turn 3, ran the middle, and just didn't try to slide up or anything like that. I was not going to go in there and wreck everyone, so just try to finish a good position here in third, and I feel like we did a good race, and it's definitely good for the points. If we would have finished a bit further back, it would have been a bit harder for us, but I think it was a good race, and no yellows, so I think that was really good.
Yeah, it was a really good race there to go green to checkered. And do you think it helped your march a little bit, having them really get deep into lappers there and have to navigate and slow them down a little bit?
I guess a little bit. I mean, it was not that bad. They got around them pretty good, and I was just running the top so good, and our car was very fast. So, um, you know, the last 2 laps, it was hard to manage move or anything like that. The top was the fastest, but trying to cover up, and I've shelled on the bottom. I don't know if he was gonna run out of fuel or something, but we're definitely tight on fuel for sure. I think everyone was really low. A long race like this with no yellows is definitely hard for the fuel. So I think everyone did a good race, and it was a good show for the fans.
All right, 4 podiums in a row now as we head into the last week of the season. Who would you like to thank here for your third place finish tonight?
As always, everybody at Team ABRE Sports, Rebecca, Jason, all of our partners, CSI Shocks, Biologic Guy, BK Designs, Wiring Frame Equipment, ABR Setup Shop, Stucco, CD Symptography, and everyone that helps us out, supports us, and you for broadcasting, and Roger for bringing the league up. And, definitely can't wait for the next week and see what we can do here for a championship.
All right, that's your third place finisher here tonight, Alex Bergeron. We thank Alex for sticking around, and we'll bring up our race winner in the booth. He's still here. Why is Aiden All right, Cam, you there? All right, man. Thanks for sticking around. I don't know what happened with my TeamSpeak thing. It's got all messed up, but I appreciate it, man. What a race, huh?
Yeah, that was wild. I mean, it was compounded by the fact that I was coming into three with we were approaching two to go, and I got the call from the spotter that I had two laps of fuel left. So, uh, at a shorter track, you can kind of hedge that a bit, but at a track like Eldora, especially late in the track when we're really racing each other hard and you're heavy on the throttle, I really wasn't confident at all that I was actually going to make it to the line. And with as close as we were, I didn't want to come out of four on the last lap out of fuel, so I took a more conservative line on the last lap through 1 and 2, thinking I might be able to cheese him right in the middle, just just trying to hedge time on the last lap. And it was a hornet's nest going into turn 3 on the last lap. You saw what happened with Kendall and Alex's lines converging. Tyler Shell was in the mix. My dad was in there as lap traffic. It was just nuts for a final few laps. I completely feel like I stole that one because I definitely got to the front on merit, but man, those last couple laps, I think that I was really just fending off. So, phenomenal race. I think we went flag to flag. I don't know how often that happens, but race went by in a blink of an eye, and it's really difficult trying to sit there through all those laps, trying to maintain both, patience on the throttle, trying to monitor where the lines are, and then obviously getting into battles with guys. It's really tough here, So I ended up doing a couple double sliders where two guys get to race each other and you just send it on the both of them, and sometimes it works. Tonight I got fortunate with that.
Yeah, it was definitely a very fun race to watch, and especially down the stretch there. Sounds like you had 15 different things to manage, but you're able to come away with the race win once again here this season. I don't know, I haven't looked to see how many, but it's at least 4 or 5 wins here now on the season. Heading into the last week, what does that mean to pick up a win here tonight, and does that give you confidence heading into the last week?
Yeah, sure. So next week is a doubleheader. We're going to Weedsport, and then I think after that we're going to Bristol. So, I think Alex and I are within like 10 points or something of each other. So really it's just who's going to come out with the better average. It's not thinking about like got to beat him by X positions. It's just like, can one of us or either of us get away with snatching 2 wins or 2 top 2s or something like this. So, it's going to be fascinating. And, fundamentally, Bristol is going to be a crapshoot. I don't know how many guys. I have not put much time into learning the track and how it behaves, as more and more cars put laps on it. It's to first order and to my initial expectations and experience, it's very odd. It's got, incredibly strong banking, so it seems like the bottom will hold up even throughout a ton of laps being put on it. Like the cushion is just so far out there. The long way around the track is a really long way around the track. So I'm really interested to see how it's going to race. And, final point on Bristol is, there's this whole apron down there that I don't know that you can race on that in real life, but it's there in the sim. And, it's flat down there. You got to come across a bunch of banking to get to it. But, if that ends up being racy, it's going to be really wild. So I have really no baseline expectations for how that's going to go. If I end up coming out on top at the end of this, I'm going to be very surprised and obviously very happy, but I am not going to be dismayed if it doesn't go my way, because a lot can happen at a track like Weedsport, and especially a new place like Bristol.
Well, 10 points between the two of you, and if it turns out anything near what we saw tonight, it's going to make for an exciting end to the season. Who would you like to thank for your win here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys with the Dirt Racing Network, putting on the broadcast, Roger and the DSRL team, all the sponsors that support DSRL to make this happen. It's a really unique experience to be able to come out here on, Thursday night and put together 30 green flag laps with these guys. It's an awesome time to be in the car, and I'm sure it's an awesome experience to be able to watch it because it's really high level competition, and for the most part, it's really respectful racing. I don't feel afraid running wheel to wheel with these guys every night. So definitely hats off to the competition. It's a pleasure to be out here with you guys. So thank you.
Thank you, Cam. Your race winner here tonight, Cameron Merriman. We already went through the final results, so if you stayed with us, thanks to everybody that hung in there. I don't know what happened there, but we got all 3 in. Turned out to be a phenomenal race here tonight, and that's only going to set the stage. You heard Cam talk about it. Weedsport and Bristol next week. We could be wrapping the championship up at Bristol, baby. It's going to be exciting. Stay tuned to the Dirt Racing Network for all the updates. Of course, Roger's going to have some shows on Sunday. Monday, we'll be back with the 360 Sprint Car Series, I think, and the General Tire Winter Nationals. And then we'll have, I think Roger still has PRO on Tuesday nights. Wednesday night will be our DSRL Wednesday Night Warrior Series. And then Thursday and Friday next week is going to be the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series. It's going to wrap up all the seasons for the Dirt Slingers Racing League this next week. And Marie, you're absolutely right. Cam, once again, knocked the interview out of the ballpark. That's why I was so excited, especially with how that race came down. I wanted to ask him his opinion on the race. Thank you, Anne-Marie, for checking in. Thanks to everyone else that tuned in. What a great race we had here tonight. It made for coming out, even though we only had a shorter group of cars, but it lived up to more than my expectations tonight. Thanks to everyone that hung in there. For Roger Wagner, I'm Dom Santina. Have a good night, and hope to see you Sunday when Roger's back on the air. We're going to take a little break, but until then, keep it dirty.